Okay, here's your Newmarket numbers for September. So we're going to look at August 23, go back a year to August 22, and then we're going to have a look at what happened in July 23 and kind of get an overall trend of what's happening. So number of sales in Newmarket across all home types a year ago was 79. In July 2023, we had 63, currently trending 62 houses sold through August 23. So actually staying fairly steady, and we've seen a bit of a decline in other areas. So Newmarket holding its own, doing okay. Average sale price across all home types in Newmarket a year ago was $1,051,000. July 23, 1,215,000, currently trending at 1,233. So I say this in all my videos, average sale price is just that. It's averaged out between condos and towns and semis and links and detached, absolutely every home type. So you just have to bear in mind what's predominantly selling that month is going to pull that around. And so, in this case, it's a bit of an increase month over month, but in other towns around we're seeing decreases. So like there was a big decrease in Aurora in the last month. So, and again, so it's really going to depend on what is selling. So it's a gauge of the market, but I don't find it the most accurate gauge. Sales to new listings ratio. So the SNLR is how we determine whether it's a buyer's or seller's market. It tells us out of the homes coming on the market, what's the percentage of them that are selling. So in August 22, we had 65% of the homes that came on the market sold. July 23, we had 34% of the homes that came on the market sold. So that means there's like 66% of the homes that came on the market that didn't sell, just so I can give you what that contrast would be. In August 23, we had 41% of the homes that came on the market sold. So again, seeing around 60% of 59% in this case of the homes that came on the market did not sell. So that's why you're starting to see a little bit more inventory sitting around in your neighborhood. You're seeing those for sale signs not necessarily going away as quick as they did. MOI is months of inventory. It tells us that if no other homes came on the market after today at the current rate of consumption or the current rate of buying, how long would it take to deplete the inventory? So a year ago, we had 1.6 months of inventory in Newmarket. July, we had 2.8 months of inventory, currently trending at 3. So 3 months of inventory is sort of in that balanced market, where there's enough supply to meet the demand. I'd say the 41% absorption rate is telling us that we are in a buyer's market by the statistics. But 3 months of inventory is actually a, sort of a nice round figure where there's, lots of opportunity for buyers, but houses are also going to, not sit on the market for months and months and months for sellers. Sale price to list price ratio, homes selling 96% of asking a year ago, 103% of asking in July, currently trending at 101. The 101, where you're seeing that again, and not my favorite stat if you watch my videos, because we are still seeing as the market has changed and the ebb and flow of the market. I caution myself to use the word slow down, but the market is just in a normal cycle of what it does. It goes up and down. Sometimes it's fast, sometimes it's slow. So in the current market, we're seeing that it is taking a little bit more time for listings to get attention. And in order to get that attention, listing agents and sellers are opting to take a strategy, which is the intentional underpricing with houses. So, a house that comes to mind is one I saw yesterday with a client. It was listed at $799, but we all know it's probably going to sell at $1 million to $1.1 million. So we are still seeing, so that 101% isn't necessarily because the market's uber competitive. It's because there's, when you have a house priced at $799 in the market where it's going to sell at $1 million, of course it's going to sell over asking. It's pretty easy to put a sold over asking sign on that house, right? So just always, again, you always got to take that with a grain of salt. Days on market to get a home sold, 21 a year ago, 14 in July, currently trending at 20. And I would say at 20, that's a pretty realistic number. And what I mean by that is when you look at the month before in July at 14 days on market, I would say that's going to be more a house that's been relisted. And we were seeing that back in July where there was a lot of houses that didn't sell, were taken off the market, relisted lower, again, held at a price that was held an offer date at a price where it was below what market value would be. So then it sells quick because this number only is representative of this current listing. So if you see a house in your neighborhood where it's been on the market for 3 months or 6 months, and then you say, well, Darren, how's the average sale price 20 days on the market? I got this house in my neighborhood. Well, that's why, because that house might be relisted multiple times through that. So it doesn't count how long it's taken to get that house sold in total during its listing period. It only takes into account how long it took to sell during this current listing period. So you know what, if you have any questions about your Newmarket house, you know, how these numbers would relate to that, feel free to reach out to me. And, you know, sellers or buyers, I do have really great step-by-step checklists for sellers and buyers. And if you think that would be of interest and helpful to you, it's totally free. Send me a DM and I'll shoot that over to you. Have a good one.